Yo, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. You guys seen by the title, you guys already know what this is. The reason I decided to make this video is because I went back and started watching some of my old videos, and I made one of these videos for World War II. I was watching it and I was like, I really like this old school commentary style of video. Since this is probably the last year I will really be able to play Call of Duty, maybe, I'm not quite sure. But this time period of my life, video games are probably going to start fading away quite a bit. So I want to make a video that really talks about what I really want from the next Call of Duty game, because this is my passion. At the end of the day, I've made Call of Duty videos for the last 7 years of my life, and I wouldn't say I was extremely dedicated to making videos, but I am extremely dedicated to the game. Even if it's something like Vanguard, where it's not that good of a game, but as I can tell if you look at my channel, I still upload Vanguard quite regularly. Yeah, so the new Call of Duty game that's coming out later this year is Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, and this is, I guess, the beginning of a new era. I mean, technically, yeah. So there's been a lot of leaks so far with these with this game, and the number one leak is that it's gonna have this new kind of like system. It's like I don't know how they really describe it. The leakers are describing it. So it's kind of like a live service game, I guess. That's what they're calling it, right? So apparently there's going to be like a new hub. Like you kind of like when you launch the games now, you have like Cold War, Vanguard, Modern Warfare, and Warzone. Now it's going to have like the same kind of system, but in like think of like Windows, or when you load up your Xbox or load up your PlayStation. It's going to be like that. That's what it's going to look like now, except it's going to be Call of Duty. So you're going to launch the game. It's going to have another user interface that looks a lot more streamlined and works better with the new way they're trying to do things. And I just want to say this, first of all, ever since Modern Warfare, I am so happy that Activision has finally taken the route like connected accounts, because even before there was crossplay, which I gotta thank Fortnite for that. Even before there was crossplay, you could still have your Call of Duty account connected and connect your other accounts like your Sony account and your Microsoft account and your Steam account. You could connect all three of those to your one account, your one Activision account, and so that way your accounts transferred stats over everything. But they didn't do that until they introduced crossplay in Modern Warfare 2019, which, I mean, it took a while, but I always wanted that feature and finally got it. So now to see that they keep on evolving how everything's working with that system is really nice to see, and this is something that I'm actually really happy that Activision is finally doing. The reason I think this is a new era for Call of Duty is because Activision has finally realized that they shouldn't be making games every year. And a lot of people are saying this is due to the Microsoft acquisition, but I'm pretty sure this is because, I mean, it hasn't even gone through yet. So I'm 100% sure that this is all on Activision's end, and they are deciding that 2023 will be the first year since I think COD 4 came out that there has not been a yearly Call of Duty game. This is a good reason why I'm making this video, because if MW2 is nothing like what I'm hoping it's like, then the next 2 years as a very strong COD fan are going to suck. I'm looking forward to Treyarch's next game in 2024, especially since they have a lot of time to develop a game now. Last time they had this much time to develop a game was Black Ops 3, and that is my favorite Call of Duty game of all time, my second favorite game of all time in general. So I have really high hopes that Call of Duty 2024 is going to be good, but this video is focused around Modern Warfare 2. So without further ado, I'm finally going to get into my wish list for the next Call of Duty, and it's pretty streamlined, honestly. There's nothing too big or too drastic in this game that I want to see, because I've already seen a lot of leaks, so I know that there's a lot of cool stuff coming. And obviously there's some stuff I'd want that's never going to happen. There's some stuff that is going to be in the game that I definitely don't want to happen. And I just have to deal with that, because I am at the polar, I'm not like a strong end of fan base. Like, I'm not a casual. I play the game a way that most people don't play the game, you know? So it's my view on how Call of Duty should be is a lot different than what someone else who just normally plays the game would think. So the number one thing I would love to see, but I know is not happening, is a zombies mode. IW, honestly, they've never had a strong third game mode. I think a zombies mode can easily carry a game through several years, because Black Ops 3, after its year-end cycle, the only thing bringing me back to Black Ops 3 was zombies. I go back now and play multiplayer with TATE. It's just not the same, because you just get tired out of multiplayer for some reason, and now it's filled with hackers. Zombies, I always go back and play zombies, because BO3 has things like custom zombies, plus there's so many maps in BO3 that it just keeps on bringing me back. right? I think especially with a game that's going to have a 2-year life cycle, having some sort of good third game mode is very important. And right now the leaked one is something like Escape from Tarkov, and I'm pretty sure Battlefield 2042 has something like it as well, where you collect things and then you extract, and if you die you lose everything that you loaded into the map with, or something like that. Which I'm the thought, like, that's why I never played Tarkov, because I've never been like interested in that. But I'm gonna try it out if this is what's actually in the game. And I mean, I don't have high hopes for it because it's something very different than we're used to. I don't know. I don't know what to think about it. Like I said, I just gotta wait and see what happens. And so I know that's the third game mode coming, but I really wish there was something else like Extinction or Zombies. But IW has a pretty poor history of the zombies kind of type mode in their games. So all we have is Extinction and Zombies and Infinite Warfare to go off of. So they don't have a strong history of zombies, but neither does Sledgehammer. So, but they keep doing it. So I mean, you gotta tip it. All right. In terms of campaign, the current leaks for the campaign are that it's set in Colombia and it's like a drug war kind of thing, and I am totally down with that. Cartels, like, this is something we've never seen before. And the prediction video I made for World War II, I was talking about how I want to see different things. It's kind of like this, like I want to see something so different than what we've seen before, because before it's always US fighting the Russians. That's what it's been for like every Call of Duty game. I guess it's not always been Russia, but I feel like 70% of the main Call of Duty titles have been, the main conflict has been US versus Russia or something like that. But I am extremely excited for the campaign, and I loved Modern Warfare 2019's campaign. I think they did a really good job, and so it makes me more excited to have a sequel to that, and finally have Task Force 141 all together, because they were building it all through the battle pass and the new seasons and stuff in Modern Warfare. They introduced all the characters, and they kept Alex alive from Modern Warfare 2019, because he supposedly died in the final campaign mission, but he ended up being alive still, which is awesome because he was my favorite character in that game. And to see that he somehow survived the bomb, or the whole explosion of the gas factory in Georgia, is pretty cool to see that he's part of Task Force 141 along with Farah. And you got Soap, you have Gaz, you have Price, you got Ghost as well coming back, and we know that General Shepard is also going to be into this game. It's a lot of nostalgia, and I'm all in for it, man. Obviously the Soap character looks awful, but I'm gonna have to look past that. So stepping aside from the campaign, I want to look at multiplayer. So this is probably going to be actually not that long, because from what I've heard from leaks is kind of exactly what I want. So I think in general, I love the movement system for Vanguard and Modern Warfare 2019. I love the slide canceling. I love how the engine works, and it's weird because I don't like either of those games. But I love the gunplay and how everything feels, right? But I just don't like the designs of the games, if that makes sense. The biggest flaw that happened with Modern Warfare is that the game tried to launch without a minimap at all, and that was just a horrific decision. And then they decided to put in the minimap, but they're not putting in red dots. And Vanguard, Cold War brought it back. And Vanguard was like, no. If you want them red dots, you gotta run a perk. So now my perk 2 slot is always filled with the radar perk, because I just wanted to feel like Call of Duty, man. And apparently, from the leaks I've seen from MW2, the red dots are coming back to the minimap, which is awesome to see. Another big deal for me was having Dead Silence as a perk, and Cold War and Vanguard did bring it back, and apparently it is coming back in MW2 as well from the leaks I've read. So that's awesome. That's a whole nother thing that I'm excited about. And the final big thing I was worried about is maps. I've heard from leakers like the Ghost of Hope and MW2 Ghost MW2 whatever, and a bunch of other different leakers I follow on Twitter, that traditional 3-lane maps are coming back. And if you look at the DLC cycle for Modern Warfare 2019, they ended up releasing some really good maps towards the end. You know, Cheshire Park, Candor Hideout, Shoot House was really good. That only came like a month after the game came out as well. So there was a lot of pretty good DLC maps that came out of MW 2019, and I've heard that the launch maps, not including the remastered maps they're doing from MW2, the original maps they're making for this game are a lot like the DLC maps from Modern Warfare 2019, and I'm excited about that, because the maps on Vanguard are awful. Maps on MW 2019 were awful. All I can wish for is some good maps, man. Like, that's the #1 thing for me, is good map design. It's so important, man, because even if you have the worst gameplay, as long as you have a decent map where I can learn to use that gameplay well, I don't care, man. But if I have the best gameplay and a terrible map, I'm not gonna enjoy the game. That's just how it is, because I think the gameplay in Vanguard is actually pretty decent, but the maps are just awful. So it sucks, man. Yeah, those are all my big main points, and I would love to see like a new different microtransaction system, and I would love to see supply drops come back. And I know that sounds bad, but the way I want it is to have all the stuff that's in the shop, put it in the battle passes, right? But keep the shop as well. So if you just want to buy that stuff, you can buy it. Make it earnable as well, so you can get it out of supply drops if you don't want to pay for anything. So you can earn supply drops and you unlock all the stuff they're putting in the shop. If you want that stuff right away, you can just go to the shop and buy it. I would love if that's how they did it, but I know it's not going to happen. I think that's a great way to bring supply drops back though, and it would really help players that are poor, because I am now poor again. I had a spout where I was making a lot of money, and now I'm back to making no money. So I am a broke college student once again, and it is not fun. I would love to have some free content. Anyways, that's pretty much all I'm hoping for Modern Warfare 2. All of the big things I want are leaked, which is nice to hear, honestly. I want to talk a little bit at the end of this video about, you know, what future titles could bring. And I know from leaks that next year our title is going to be kind of like BO2, where it's a little bit near future. And that's where I think Treyarch is in their bag. Black Ops 4, a lot of people don't like that game, but I think it's an A-tier game. I have a tier list video coming out later this week or next week or whatever. I ranked BO4 pretty high because I think the setting is great and the game was pretty decent. Talking about setting, you know, Black Ops 3, BO2, and BO4, all near future, or like BO3 was the furthest one away, and that was 2065, which is still pretty near future compared to something like Infinite Warfare, which is like 300 years in the future, right? So I think Treyarch makes their best games when they're near future. So I'm really excited for 2024, especially since Treyarch has a full dev cycle. And outside of that, we don't really know what's being developed. We don't know if Sledgehammer is going to keep developing games, which I'm assuming they are, even though the last 2 games that they've released have been not liked by the community and not sold well. The only other game they made besides World War II and Vanguard is Advanced Warfare, and well, a lot of people were polarized by that game as well. So I don't know if Sledgehammer's still making games, and if they are, I'm gonna bring up a point I brought in my last video I made for Wishlist back in 2017, and I want to see a Western Call of Duty game. I feel like there's probably enough fully automatic weapons that were in the, you know, like early 1900s, or yeah, early 1900s and late 1800s. I feel like there was enough fully auto weapons, hopefully, to make a Call of Duty game, and I would literally call it, like I did in 2017, Call of Duty Outlaws. I think that is such a cool idea. It's something we've never seen before, and I just think it'd be awesome. You know, I mean, obviously we've had World War II stuff, so people don't want to go back into the past, but this is something that's never been explored. I think a Western Call of Duty game for 2026 would be awesome. So let me know what you guys think about that. And I think that's just gonna be it for the video. Honestly, I don't have anything else to say but my wishes, because at the end of the day, I don't care what the camos look like. I don't care what the guns are. My core wishes are all gameplay oriented. I don't care about cosmetics or weapons or anything. It's just gameplay. That's the most important feature for any video game. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys agree with my decisions or my wish list or whatever, leave a like below and comment potato. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, please like below, subscribe if you're new, and yeah, it's been Kareen, and I am out. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
Talker since a jet. Wintertime, all the time, ooh, yeah. Look at the way that I move, swag, disrespectful and I'm rude, okay. I had cocaine in the school, winter one hell of a kid. I am smoking gas, jogging mid. I'm lit, what you doing? I done did. I swear, slick talker since a jet. Finesse, I know that this what they want.